here with Robinson. That's my Dominican brother. So we're talking a little bit about this morning when we were walking through the neighborhood. Just about how far we've come, right?
Oh yeah.
And so there's similarities in our stories, and we think about like your mom. So tell a little bit about your mom and the story we talked about this morning.
You asking me for a big thing,
right?
I can't handle it.
Okay.
My mom, she was a single mom.
Mm-hmm.
She raised us five. We were five,
Mm-hmm.
3 boys and 2 girls,
Right.
and it was not easy.
Mm-hmm.
I'm the second one, and we had basically nothing material, but we had the support from our brothers and sisters from church, and the encouragement and the praying and everything. So once we started like growing and going to school and stuff like that, she also decided to get into school.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, on her late 40s.
Yeah.
And we were like, come on, if mom is doing it, why shouldn't we do it?
Yeah.
It was like a support.
Mm-hmm.
Like from time to time, we were like shoulder to shoulder, getting things together. And then what she made for a living. Mm-hmm. She made candies, sweets, empanadas, things like that to sell them at the school during the recess.
So same thing. So my mother baked cakes.
Oh yeah.
My mother baked cakes. She made sea moss. She made juice.
Yeah, mom did the same thing.
If somebody wanted goat water or something like that, she would do the same thing. So so you think about somebody making like we call it coconut cake or tablet, but doing that on an open fire, right?
Oh yeah.
To support 2 children or 3 children or 5 children, and then what that meant. Like we talked about it this morning. Before we used to see it as a sacrifice, but now
it meant like nothing, and we were like ashamed to be on the streets selling. And it's come on, mom, you're doing this to me, and now it's not what she did only. It's like she was basically doing the foundations and the grounds for us and our future generations. Right. Because what she did for us, what she's done for us, it's not going to end right here. Right. I'm passing on to my children, my great children, if I happen to have them. Right. And not only us, and also as I teach English at school, I teach the same thing in the classroom. Whenever I have the chance to speak about things like that, impacts your life in what way, I do it. I do it. So
I think ultimately, like what we see, we grew up hundreds of miles apart.
Yeah.
You know, me in a small village where the you forget about the village. The whole island was only about 70,000 people.
And the same structure, basically.
Right.
Housing, the street, not paved street. I remember I had to go to school and walk, 4 or 5 kilometers, a little bit more. And there were places where our shoes, we had to take them off.
And then wash your feet when you get to school. Yeah. And then if you had to walk home during lunch and then come back, right? And so I think culturally, the thing that stands out to me is resiliency, right? But not just the resilience. I think to create a generational change, to take where you are and where your family is today, and make sure the next generation is at least one step further. And I think what both of our moms realized, again, single parents, right?
Yeah. They have this vision.
Right. The strongest people that we knew. I remember, I tell people, I thought that to be intelligent, you had to be left-handed because my mom was left-handed.
Your mom was?
And to this day, I feel like she's one of the most intelligent people I know.
No, my mom is not.
Right.
Basically, both of them.
Yes.
And all of these single moms out there, they're making a living on a day-to-day. They do not decide to do it. You know what? I have 2 kids, 3 and 5, and my wife is working at the hospital, and sometimes she has to stay overnight, 2 or 3 days a week. Yeah. So when I wake up in the morning and I go through all this, getting them ready, taking them to school, bring them back home, feed them, and then I have to attend my job and attend them, do this here. There are times where I just, like, my world stops and I reflect about my mom. She on her own dealing with the same situation, not 2, 5.
Right.
With and supplying our basic needs and also giving us support and not letting us go and play at basketball or anything. I mean, it's a lot.
So we're gonna continue this conversation tomorrow because you just touched on something to me that I mean, when you think about it. So I asked myself, when I get my daughter ready in the morning.
Yeah.
So I look at my daughter and with joy, the joy that she has, the happiness that she has. And I ask myself, okay, well, how can somebody choose to miss this? Like this, like you cannot replace it. No, but how can somebody choose to miss it? So maybe tomorrow we'll talk about that a little bit, and in terms of really some of the things that we maybe thought we were missing to be great fathers. Yeah. How now that you're put in that role, how you're excelling in that role as a father. Yeah. All right. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you so much. That'll be my question.